Hey, how's it going? So today is going to be a talking vlogging. So if you guys are looking for something funny, you could either go watch my past videos or you could just mute this video and look at my face. No, but I wanted to come on here and be kind of like, I guess, release some emotional diarrhea. Just kind of be honest with how everything's going and just kind of update you guys too. Because there's only so much of, smiling videos that I can make right now. My energy levels are here, not here, where I would like it to be. It's kind of, if I was to be honest with myself, it's like, it's, I don't know, somewhere below this car. Where do I start? I'll start with my grandpa, because that is the biggest thing that's happening in my life right now. We just picked him up from the hospital, probably like 3 hours ago. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Doctors are calling it a heart failure, but it's kind of a blanket statement. His heart's just not operating as well as it should be. Because of the cancer in his stomach, his body isn't getting the nutrition that it's needing, so his heart is becoming weaker, and he's also always had kind of heart issues. So I don't know, between his stage 4 stomach cancer and his heart, he had water in his lungs, so we had to take him to the hospital 2 weeks ago, and he had to stay there for 2 weeks, and none of the family could go see him because of the pandemic situation, which was really rough on all of us, because it's just heartbreaking to think that my grandpa, my Ji-chan's in the hospital by himself and none of us can go see him. And he's like in this state, he's in a very weak state, and it was hard. But they did discharge him, not necessarily because he's doing better, but because it was more of a forced discharge, because right now in the current pandemic, Japan, I don't know if it's all of Japan, but at least in Okinawa, you can only stay in the hospital for up to 2 weeks before they discharge you. That's like the max you can stay because of the pandemic and just the capacity issue. I haven't been really keeping up with the pandemic situation. I know Marvin asked me like how that was going. All I know is it's not good and it's gotten worse. And I'm not surprised that happened, considering, they held an Olympics in a country that's like 80% unvaccinated, not by choice, but mind you, just because, Japan can't get their systems in place fast enough to get the ball rolling on this stuff. It's been really eye-opening living here in Japan and the coronavirus happening, because I've always had this image in my head growing up here. Maybe it's gotten worse since I've gotten older, but I always thought Japan was really on top of things. I definitely thought Japan would handle the pandemic a lot better than they did, but they haven't. Like, they haven't been very good about at least giving guidance on what we're supposed to do. Like, everybody is doing the best they can with very little guidance from the government, and it's just really unfortunate to see. And one of the things that I've also noticed is Japan's very good at following directions. Like, if you give them a task to do and lay out exactly how you're supposed to do it, they're very by the book country. Like, if there's a book on it, they know it front and back, and they're really good at it. But Japan as a country, and you can see that from how they're educated from a very young age, they're not very good at like thinking outside of the box or thinking on their feet. So if something like this happens, where a sudden pandemic and like something just like takes away from the normal day-to-day lives, people, they just don't know how to handle it. Like, it's just like, what do we do? And Japan just wasn't their infrastructure to handle this wasn't built. I mean, not saying that anybody else was, but Japan wasn't very advanced in terms of technology. I tell this story and I think it's hilarious, but the other day I went to vote for my city. There was like a whole voting election thing, And I had my little postcard with me talking about like who I am and like what city I'm from and all of that. So I took it to the voting center. And I got to the voting center, and at the entrance they were like checking people in. And I gave the guy my postcard, and he took out this book, like a ledger, like an actual ledger. I'm like, what is this? Is this the 1950s? Like, what are we doing here? He started looking up my name in this ledger book this thick of names of people in the city. And I'm like, this is 2021. Could we not have laptops with Excel sheets? Like, what are you doing with a ledger? Like, there's a line forming behind me because he's trying to find my name in this ledger book. And I'm like, get a laptop. Somebody must know how to work an Excel sheet. Come on, guys. But that's what I mean when we're like a little bit technologically behind. That's not such an uncommon thing. And I think in a global pandemic in this day and age, being that technologically behind didn't serve Japan very well. Because everything is done still by fax machines and handwritten notes and ledger books, and the infrastructure, like cloud-based infrastructure is just not there. And people will argue, well, security reasons. And I'm like, what, people can't break into buildings and steal a book? Come on, guys, like, that's not safe either. Like, don't give me the security bullshit. Sorry, I'm kind of passionate about this. I just because it's the people that end up suffering. It's the citizens of Japan who are doing the best they can in the situation given that end up suffering from all of this. And it's so sad, because I think these people deserve so much better than what Japan right now as a country is offering their citizens. And it just makes me sad. I just thought we would be better, or they would handle it better. So the vaccine rollout has been slow. I mean, it's not just Japan's fault on that, though. I mean, they have to buy the vaccines from countries, and so many different countries are wanting these vaccines from like Pfizer and Moderna. So like buying quantities of it for their citizens, like they're fighting for those vaccines. And so like I understand that process takes a while. At least in the States, like Moderna and Pfizer and all of those, there's at least 2 vaccines I know of that were made in the States. Johnson & Johnson, I think, is another one. So they were able to roll it out a lot faster. But the rest of the country didn't create the vaccine, so they have to like order it. And that takes a while, especially with government and red tape and shit like that. So I get that. So it's not like 100% their fault. But I mean, I think there was a lot of things they could have done that would have bettered the situation of this pandemic. I think that's the most political I'm going to get, because I don't like talking politics. And also, who am I? I don't really watch the news anymore. If I watched the news or kept up with the pandemic situation, I don't know if I could mentally handle that right now. So this is just based off of what I've seen and things I've heard. But I know the other day my mom's customer lost her father. I think this was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, actually, because it was a little over 2 weeks ago, because it was like right before my grandpa went into the hospital. He passed away. He was in another hospital. And they had a cluster infection of corona cases at the hospital, and 120 or so people got infected, and 60 of them passed away, and he was one of them. So cases are on the rise. People are getting infected. Luckily, my family is mostly vaccinated, except Matt and I. We're still waiting to get approved for vaccines. So, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't going to talk about that for like 5 minutes, but it's just, I know Marvin was curious about it. I don't know. I don't know too much. And then I talked about it for 5 minutes. I don't know too much. I don't know like how that's affected. I just know that it's not good. I don't know the details. But yeah, fuck. I don't know, guys. My grandpa hasn't been doing fantastic. I think it's a matter of days at this time, maybe weeks. We picked him up from the hospital. He was very gaunt looking, very skinny, he was having a very hard time walking. We got him out of the car and he was walking towards the house, and my mom and I were trying to support him, and couldn't walk really. Sorry, I got hair in my face. And I had my arms around him and I could feel his ribs, like I could feel his bones underneath my hand. It wasn't like that 2 weeks ago. He can barely talk. Like he's having a hard time forming sound. Like he'll move his mouth but no sound will come out. So, but in good news, this is kind of straying away from the topic of my grandpa. I for the first time I got a paycheck from being a content creator, which was really, really cool. Not from YouTube. YouTube still considers me an unpaid intern. Once they monetize me, I'll be a low paid intern, but right now I'm still an unpaid intern of YouTube content creators. Which is fine. It's totally fine because this shit takes time, and that's fine. But Twitch, I've been streaming on Twitch. It's a platform where you play video games, if you guys don't know, and you connect with people live. But Twitch paid me. I had the ability to be monetized, I think, like a month or two, maybe a little bit more time ago. I got monetized on Twitch, which just meant that people were able to subscribe to me, which is kind of like a Patreon system where they pay a monthly fee to subscribe or donate to me, and then I get a percentage of that. But with Twitch, you have to have a threshold of at least $100 in your Twitch account of like that monetary value that people have donated or subscribed to you with, and then once you hit that $100, Twitch finally pays you out, and you get a paycheck from Twitch once you hit that $100. And I finally did it. I finally got that 100, and I got my first Twitch paycheck of $89, I think, or $90, close to $90. And then on top of the $90 that I got from Twitch, Skillshare, because I don't know if some of you guys who've been with me a long time remember that I posted a Skillshare course last year, and I got the most I ever got from a Skillshare course, which was like $51. So combined with Twitch and Skillshare, I made like $140 this month just by all my online stuff. So that was really cool. Really nice push, like a motivating push. I don't know. I just think it's really cool, when you really sit down. I don't know how many people really take the time to sit back and think about it, but we live in this an era right now, right, where you could literally just have an idea in your head, film it, and put it online on a free site, mind you, or log on to play video games and talk to people live on a free site. And if you get enough contributors or engagement or people watching you get a monetary kickback from that. And how cool is that? That to me is super awesome. I'm very grateful, and I just think it's so cool. It's not a lot, mind you, especially for me, it wasn't that much, but it doesn't really matter to me the amount that I was getting. It's just the ability that I'm wow, I played video games and made $80. I mean, there was more that went into that than just playing video games, but essentially that's what it is, right? And if we break it down to its base core, I was playing video games and talking to people live, and I made $80 from that. And I think that is not something I thought I would see, and I think it's so cool that exists, because I think it gives so many people an opportunity. It lowers the barrier of entry for people to just go online, put their stuff online, and connect with people and potentially make money from that. And I think that's such a beautiful and cool concept. I just think we're really fortunate to be able to live in an era where that's a possibility, That's so cool. So yeah, I got monetized, or I got my first paycheck from Twitch. That was really cool. I'm really close to getting monetized on YouTube, which will also be really cool. It's not going to be a lot in the beginning, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm doing it for fun anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of emotional. I've been overwhelmed. I think between everything that's going on with my grandpa, having a full-time job, doing full-time content creating, because I know you guys don't see me as much on here, but I do have 2 other channels that I'm working on YouTube, and then obviously Twitch 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday. I don't know, it's been a lot. And hold on, I need to drink some tea. I think I need a break from this channel for a bit. I know I already took a break, and I feel bad saying that because like last year I was all about this channel, but this year I have been so lost on what to do with this channel. I don't know what to do with this channel. Honestly, I don't know what to do. There's so many things I want to do, but all the things I want to do takes so much time and so much like mental energy that I just don't have to spare right now. And I kind of want to ask you guys if it's okay if I take a little bit of a break and a breather, kind of regroup. I think I need it. Like, I was sitting there trying to analyze what I need right now in my life and what I don't need, and I don't want to say I don't need this channel right now. I just can't. I don't know how long I'm gonna take a break for. I might be back tomorrow. I don't know if it's necessarily a break. I kind of don't want to put myself in a situation where I upload at specific times a week. I think I just kind of want to upload when I can, whether that's every month, once a month, or every 2 months, or once a week. I don't know. Just when I feel like it, when I can fit it in, I think I want to upload. So I'm going to kind of take a break in that sense. You'll still see me from time to time, but it won't be on a frequent, consistent basis. I'll still be online. I'll still be doing stuff, but it just won't be on this channel. So if you guys want to hang out with me when I play, while I play video games, you're more than welcome to hang out with me on Twitch Wednesday through Sunday. Every once in a while before I go to work, like if I'm closing my work that day, I'll hop on Twitch during, while I drive, and just kind of talk with you guys while I drive to my job. So if you guys want to hang out with me there. I also have Strange Humans in Training, which is a podcast. It's like a YouTube. Right now I'm posting my YouTube, like how to make a YouTube vlog or something like that. I have a few videos of that going out. But once all those videos are out, I think I have like another week or 2 scheduled out. Once those are done, I'm gonna just use it as a podcast. So it'll essentially be like a talking vlogging, but in podcast. It's my podcast site, and there's a lot of things I'm going through emotionally and trying to like grow myself emotionally and mentally, that I feel like I need a platform where I could talk about it and share what I found, and maybe potentially help people along the way. So that's going to be more of like my mental health podcast. So if you guys are interested, definitely go check that out and hang out with me there. There is a secret channel that Matt doesn't want me to tell you guys about, because he wants to see if we can grow this thing through just like algorithm based stuff. But okay, don't tell him I told you guys this. Okay, so Matt and I have a secret channel where we make ambient music. Well, we don't make the music, but we make ambient scenes based off of music and sound. So like if you guys go on YouTube and you're like, beat your Harry Potter world with with like jazz music, like that type of stuff, like the scenery and music, like 3-hour-long music with a world scenery. We do that now. And It's called Kitsby's Dreamland, and we have like 8 videos on it. We've been putting a lot of time and effort into this because we really enjoy it. Matt and I don't go out anymore. We don't really do much between the corona pandemic and trying to save money. Oh, by the way, Buddy's coming. Buddy will be officially ready to fly in December. Matt was originally going to go back in October to go pick him up, but because of the pandemic, I don't want him to leave the country because there's a good chance he might not be able to get back in. So, his parents are going to put Buddy on a plane in San Jose, and then Matt and I are gonna fly to Tokyo and pick him up in Tokyo and bring him to Okinawa. So he's coming, but it's gonna cost us some money. Oh, and my car broke down. My car broke down. I just spent like $500 fixing the AC, and then now it was like a pipe that burst, and it was like leaking all the Freon into the car, or I don't know if it's Freon, but it was like air conditioning gas into the car. We had to fix that. That cost like $500. But now my compressor broke, so that's gonna cost another $500 to fix. So I'm like, fuck. I bought that car for $1,200 or something like that. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna get a new car at this point. So I need to move money around to do that. So there's a lot of money going out. So Matt and I just don't go out much. We don't eat out much. We cook a lot of I cook a lot at home. And so we created this channel where we make ambient music, and we've been having a lot of fun with that because it's a good way for us to relax. And it's like an arts and crafts, but like a digital version. And we just like put music together and create these scenes and these worlds. And we've been doing we've been enjoying it so much because it gives us something to do that's relaxing without spending money. So we have that channel if you guys like that kind of stuff. But don't tell him I sent you. He's coming. You really didn't want me to say it. Damn it! Why am I so bad at keeping secrets? I'm just so excited about it, you know. So, okay. Well, I gotta go. I gotta drop off these groceries that I got for my mom and my aunt since I was on the way home from buying groceries, and I was like, no, you know what, I didn't release a video last week, so I need to at least come on here and just kind of explain what's going on. And then I just emotionally diarrheaed on you for the last 22 minutes, 23 minutes, 22 minutes and 40 seconds, 41, 42. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna go. Like I said, I gotta drop this off, and I gotta walk back to the house before it starts raining. And then I have to get ready to stream tonight because tonight is my night to Twitch stream. So I gotta go. But like I said, I'm probably gonna take a break. But break doesn't mean that I'm not gonna I'm not gonna post. I'm just not gonna frequently post. I just need some time to really figure out what I want to do with this channel. I could go back to vlogging, but I don't really know if I want to do that. I don't want to. I want to do. I don't know. I don't really know. So until I figure it out, I'm just gonna post when I can. So I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my, like I said, emotional diarrhea. And I will see you guys later. Yeah. Bye.